Welcome back with another banger. It's the React Files. Hope you having a good night. Happy Lionsgate portal to all my star seeds. Let's get straight to it.
Moment here, we're making sure that nothing is going to come down in the studio here.
And it is going for quite a bit, everybody. It continues
this is a very strong
to rattle
earthquake.
Pretty strong here.
8:21 here on the air. We're experiencing very strong shaking. Wow. I think we need to get under the desk.
All right, we're going to go to break. We'll be right back after this. Wow.
Shout outs to K-Cal Studios. Yeah, she was definitely trying to survive. In my opinion, he was taking too long.
Girls with their nails done now.
Shout outs to Incognito Gaming. I guess the only question I have is this real? Portal over Switzerland on August 8th, same day as the Lionsgate portal. What do y'all think? This is real or not? I'm on the fence.
Is something big gonna happen on August 8th, 2024? A screenshot behind me is from a video here on TikTok. You can look up and watch the original video if you want. But he's reading a book from a person that claims to be from a secret government project called the Project Looking Glass, and saying that it was his job for years to manifest bad things for the US government, and that August 8th, 2024, something really bad's gonna happen. And I just want to mention my 2 cents on this subject, because years and years ago, this has been at least 10 years ago, I used to run Facebook pages, and this man hacked my page claiming to be from Project Looking Glass, and he said all sorts of wild things about the future and about his abilities and quantum computers, and I didn't believe it because he said this before he hacked my page, and then he hacked the page, and only 2 admins existed. Me and my friend were sat next to each other, but he was instantly on our page and then posting weird things and had full access to my pages. And from that moment onward, I always had Project Looking Glass in my head, because the things that he was saying, which I don't want to share them now, but his ability to hack my page with his quantum computer, and I don't know, and I just heard it over and over, and now this and this, I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, and maybe look more into this. And if you know more about Project Looking Glass, maybe let us know in the comments.
Shout outs to Dark Predictions. I hope nothing happens today, August 8th. If that story's real, that's crazy. How they just hacked his computer and started uploading things to his page. Now that's a creepy scenario right there.
Reading a page of my book every day till we have enough people to jump timelines on August 8th, 2024. This is from a chapter called Project Looking Glass. I spent most of my life working as a professional manifestor for the United States government, as part of a top secret program called Project Looking Glass. As a manifestor, my job was to help guide world events towards outcomes that were aligned with the goals of the United States. At first, it seemed like a noble pursuit. After all, who wouldn't want to use their thoughts to create a better world? But as I delved deeper into the program, I realized the government's intentions were far from noble. Time and time again, I was instructed to steer the world towards a darker future, one with more control and more oppression. They told us it was for the greater good, that our efforts were helping to spread peace and democracy. But the reality was that we were simply helping the United States government expand its empire. I am writing this not because I want to be absolved of my sins. I am writing this as a warning. I left Project Looking Glass when I found out they were planning something that will irrevocably alter the course of the world's future. A plan so heinous I could not believe it was being suggested by my own government. I wish from the bottom of my heart that these events I am about to describe to you will not come to pass. I hope I am delusional and that I made all of this up inside my head. I hope that August 8th, 2024 will pass like any other day and the world will continue on as it always has. But then again, But then again, the world has not been going along at such a fine pace, has it? It would be hard to describe the world we live in today as good. War, inequality, disease, these are just a few of the things that I helped to bring about while working at Project Looking Glass. But there is a way to stop them. I know it is possible because I have seen it done. With enough people, we may be able to change the future for the better. But in order to understand what I'm about to tell you, you must first understand about the blue feather.
To understand a blue feather? What does that even mean? Shout out to Nate Lamech, reading an insert from his book regarding Project Looking Glass, which we learned in the last video with the Damn It guy. I'm on the fence as to how authentic this is, but this guy needs to go on Joe Rogan.
Yesterday and today is the very first public unveiling in a public presentation of Project Looking Glass. A human being is about this tall. This is built in underground bases. It is colossal in size. And what happens is when you fire this thing up, these rings start going in all different directions. It shields off the barrel of water inside, which is just like your pineal gland. The water inside flips over into time-space, which then captures argon gas, captures visual images, and this is what it looks like. It becomes huge, glowing, all the way out to these posts, which are used as stabilizers for the energy field. Now, it doesn't start out with an image of the Earth. That's just there as a placeholder, although you could see the whole Earth like that if you wanted to. That's not usually what happens. Well, contact, right? We have been given the technology right in front of our faces in the movies. They just don't tell you what it's for. In what? 13 Ghosts? Well, thank you. I'll have to check that one out. Doesn't sound like a movie I'd want to see, but if it's for that... Oh, I can imagine. So contact, just to recap from yesterday, blueprints come in from the Vegans from Vega. They figure out that it's only when you fold up these patterns into a cube, which forms what there in the center, the triangle with the eye in the middle, as it folds up. Cube geometry. That's when you can decode the plans to build this, these rings, which becomes this machine. And there's your little helicopter. There's another shot of it. They got computer animations of how it's going to work with the different rings moving. This actually looks like the fisheye lens distortion effect that happens around the looking glass when you power it on. There's a gantry crane up at the top, and the little guy is dropped down and goes inside. That's like your barrel inside the mechanism there. And this is where all the action happens. This is where the Stargate opens, the wormhole into the higher realms. In this frame, we're seeing how the whole thing collapsed and fell apart. So, of course, you want to take a ride. You know, the new the new formation of the one after the old one breaks. And here we're seeing the new one. Once again, you get a very clear view, and there's your little eye with the rays coming off it, just like the all-seeing eye on the dollar. Not surprising. Here she is. It's even larger than the real one, standing on this ladder, looking down inside. This is the chamber and the chair inside, which we'll see is very important. And here's your geometry. Look at that. Did anybody notice that when you were watching the movie? Because it goes by pretty fast. That's that same geometry that's in the background radiation of the whole universe with the sphere in the center. They fire it up. Guess what happens? Big, bright luminosity, just like the real thing. The real thing that they're actually using and have been using since the 40s at least. And here's what it looked like from the control room. It gets brighter and brighter. And then she starts having the floor disappear. She gets dropped down inside. And then, of course, she goes through this wild wormhole ride, and there's an ascension experience at the end of the dream. The Iraq War had, to a large degree, the mission of capturing a looking glass technology that was dug up in Sumer, which was originally in the possession of Gaddafi in Libya, which is why they attacked Libya. Gaddafi got rid of it and gave it to Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein was using this technology, viewing the future. The U.S. government went in after him because they felt that the fate of the world was at stake, because if they did not capture this technology and get it back and deconstruct it, that the Earth would have a pole shift. But when you actually decipher these letters, it means the doctrine of the convergent timeline paradox. Here's the problem. You look through time with this device, And when you hit 2012, everything goes perfectly white. As you get closer and closer to 2012, starting in around 1980, a very strange thing has been happening when they use the looking glass. There is an interlacing of images. So right now, imagine that if I had this slide on half the time, and then the other half of the time, there was an image of like a face. And if I interlace them slowly, then maybe every second it goes from here to the face to here to the face. Then as it speeds up, it gets faster and faster to the point that if it were complex images, you couldn't make out one from the other because they're flip-flopping so fast. Okay? That's called interlacing, and the frequency of the interlacing gets higher and higher as you go towards 2012. So anytime that they try to look at or they used to try to look because they're not using them anymore, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, bam. It's so interlaced that they have a whole server farm of computers just to deconstruct the two images and be able to see what they're looking at in the future. So again, this is what they're using. This is one of the main ones they're using, the Orion cube as they call it, or the cube. And also it's being used with looking glass. But what's going on with 2012? Well, here's another very interesting thing. We have multiple parallel futures that we can choose. And 2012 literally does represent create your own reality time. It has everything to do with what do you expect is going to happen. This is where thoughts becoming reality really takes on a whole new meaning in a way that you've never heard of before. So what they found that was so bizarre was that at December 21st, 2012, they could calculate it down to the day, that's how precise this was, that for some reason all the graphs, all the waves would go into a complete flat line. They no longer moved up and down like before. They went flat for like 7 or 8 seconds. So then they're asking the guys that went through these stargates and were traveling into the future, what happened to you? Every single time that somebody tried to hit 2012, they said the same thing. There was this thing they called the bump. It actually hits you like a bump. You actually feel like you've slammed into something. And as soon as it slams into you, you have the most incredible religious experience you can imagine. Cosmic consciousness. Your consciousness just blasts into this wonderful place where you have awareness of no space, no time. All knowledge is available to you. Ecstatic God consciousness. You could be the galaxy. You could be a subatomic particle. You can go everywhere, do everything, and there's no sense of it ever ending. So when it finally stops, you just can't even believe that you're back to who you were before.
Like what happens to Jodie Foster.
Exactly what happens to Jodie Foster in Contact. So, that's the zero time, yeah. And Daniel doesn't agree with me on this, but I believe that 2012 is our zero time reference.
Lionsgate Portal 888, I'm going to give you manifestation rituals that you can do on the peak of Lionsgate Portal, August 8th, as well as any other day during this portal. If you don't know what Lionsgate Portal is, it's basically where our sun and the star Sirius, the spiritual sun, and Orion's belt all align together, basically causing this huge cosmic gateway where we are able to reach higher vibrational frequency and align with them. And we all know that everything in our whole universe is frequency, vibration, and energy. So in order to get our manifestations, we have to match up and align with a certain vibrational frequency of our manifestation. So that is why the Lionsgate Portal is the best time to manifest. I am so excited for August 8th. I always manifest like the greatest things in my life during Lionsgate Portal. I'm going to take you step by step. I'm going to give you 2 manifestation rituals for you to do. Before we begin, I just want you to channel this energy with me right now. I want you to think of the energy like how you would feel if you were a kid in a candy shop. If you were a kid writing a letter to Santa about the things that you want, things that you know you're going to get on Christmas morning. Channel that energy and channel that emotion of being a little kid. Because Leo, the archetype of lion, related to the 5th house of creativity, of your inner child, of self-expression, of your heart chakra, of love. Leo is also the story of your whole heart, the power of emotional exposure and emotional connection. And Neville Goddard preaches the one and only medium to our subconscious mind is through emotion. Manifestation ritual number 1, you're going to need a pen and you're going to need your journal, and then light some candles. White candles are great for this. Set the ambiance, and then get some crystals, some of your favorite manifestation crystals. Now, the most important part about all this, which is you're going to be doing for these 2 rituals, you're going to want to play the very specific manifestation frequency of 432 hertz. Now, I've talked about this frequency many times on my page before. You guys know, like, I die hard. I go hard for this frequency, but I'm going to explain why. I'm also going to give you some insight on why I chose these specific meditation rituals. Because I've been doing so much research on like ancient civilizations and ancient Egyptian temples, especially the Dendera temple, the temple of Hathor, which I'm going to explain real quick. This temple is all about divine feminine energy and your heart chakra, and kind of like the meaning of like how we came about in this universe, how energy came about. So on this temple, on the ceiling, it has a zodiac wheel, but this temple also has 12 columns in the temple. All the 12 columns represent a certain vibrational frequency. They also represent the 12 zodiac. Now, we have 12 frequencies of vibration, right? In turn, like 12 notes of music. It's a projection of geometry. So 12 goes into 144. Just a backstory of what like these ancient Egyptians thought about how like our souls came to earth is that before our souls came through to earth and to like our physical reality right now, they had to go through each one of the 12 zodiac signs, and then at the end they went through this thing called kundalini, and through this certain vibrational frequency into creation, into the womb, and into earth. These 12 vibrational frequencies, 144, right? It's not only just one like structure, so it's called the structure of Okidron or something. I cannot remember how to pronounce it, but I'm going to write it right here. Three of those, we have 144 matter, 144 energy, 144 a vibration of frequency. In turn, all these together add up to 432 hertz. 432 hertz is the perfect vibration to align ourselves with the creation of free energy, of bringing energy into the void, to align with our heart chakra, which is what the temple of Dendera, the temple of Hathor, was all about. Heart chakra, aligning with our mother, aligning with the goddess of the divine feminine energy, because divine feminine energy, woman, is creation, giving birth. 432 is about giving birth, creation into this energy, from the void energy into a manifestation, creation of a manifestation in our physical reality. How we turn energy into physical, especially with this Lionsgate portal of the star series and the sun during Leo season, which is the heart chakra. It is so vital to align with 432 hertz right now. We also have the relationship with Kundalini, right? Which is basically like two serpents going like that within our spine. And we have Kundalini. Kundalini is basically divine feminine energy, but it's the energy of everything. It's the energy of matter, of existence, right? So it's through our spine, like the crown chakra, all the way to our root chakras, representing our chakra. And in this temple, there was a light bulb depicted, which basically represents the Kundalini in this light bulb, but Kundalini, fully awakened state from the blue lotus, representing the creation of the womb, like giving life, giving birth. But we want to replicate that in terms of manifestation, especially during this Lionsgate portal, when we are able to reach a certain vibrational frequency easier, especially the vibrational frequency of 432 hertz. We have the power in our bodies with the Kundalini wrapped around our spine and all of our chakras to do so, to vibrate at this energy. We have the power. So now in your journal, you are going to write down everything that you want to manifest in a bullet point list. So all the outcomes and potential experiences that you want to manifest, you're just going to quickly jot that down. So your new car, a new job, a dream body, a boyfriend, whatever it is that you want to manifest, you are going to write it down. You're going to take all of these things that you want to manifest, and you are going to create a whole new identity for yourself. You're going to give yourself an alter ego name, a new identity name. This could be Lacey 3.0. This could be your middle name, like Gigi. This could be a totally different name, but this is a new identity for yourself. This is the highest version of yourself that already has all of these outcomes, that already has all of these potential experiences. It has everything that you want to manifest. So you're going to write about who this identity is. Who are they as a person? What do they do on their day-to-day basis? Like, what is their morning routine like? What is their night routine like? Like, what music do they listen to? Who do they hang out with? What car do they drive? Like, what do they do? And then you're going to compare how their life is different from yours, your day-to-day life. What do you do that they don't do? It's something that you need to get rid of. What do they do that you don't do? That is something that you need to start doing. But I want you to just get so clear on who this new identity is, because that is the person that you are becoming, and that is the person that you are going to channel in this meditation. Now do this specific Kundalini meditation. This is going to help you align with your crown chakra, align with your Kundalini, align with that 432 vibration, align with creating things into free energy. Next, I want you to play this specific 432 hertz frequency coming straight from the temple. I want to put this on repeat throughout your meditation. Okay, next I want you to get comfortable, and I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to start by deep breathing. After you're done deep breathing and getting into a more relaxed state, into an alpha brainwave state, I want you to start thinking about each single part of your body. Focus on one part of your body at a time. So you're going to focus on your forehead and the space that your forehead holds in this infinite amount of space that is space, the volume that your forehead holds. holds, your neck, the volume that your neck holds, the space that your neck takes up in this infinite amount of space. I want you to go through your whole body. After you go through your whole body, then I want you to bring awareness to this space that is touching your body. Then I want you to think about the space that is in your house and the space that space holds in space. And the space of your city and the space and the volume of the space that your city holds in the country. Then I want you to think about the country and the space that the country holds in the continent, and then the earth, and then the universe, and then the quantum field, which is where you will be entering to reach a certain vibrational frequency of this new identity. You are going to visualize now your new identity. You are going to visualize what they look like, what they sound like. You are them. You are this new identity now. Now I want you to play out a whole movie scene in your head. I want you to play out a whole day, from the moment that you wake up to the moment that you go to bed at night. You can do like a whole week. You can do different moments, different potential experiences with all your manifestations, but you are this new identity, and I want you to visualize all of the details of what this new identity is doing. Who are you picking up in your new car? Where are you going? Are you going to the mall? What stores are you going? What are you buying? Are you buying that new Christian Dior dress? Are you buying that new Colt Gaia bag? Like, what are you buying? Who are you talking to? And more importantly, how are you feeling? I want you to channel the elevated emotion. Most importantly, gratitude. I want you to feel gratitude for the things that you have, and I want you to feel absolutely everything. Make yourself cry with emotion. Get into that heart chakra. Your emotions are the number one and only channel to your subconscious mind, which in turn will help you manifest. It's going to help you be at that exact vibrational frequency of your manifestation. So feel absolutely everything. Take your time. After you feel like you actually lived a whole other life in this new identity, I then want you to come back to the quantum field of everything, of just being like in infinity. And I want you to imagine you as a little girl, you as a little boy. I want you to imagine yourself as like 10 years old. And I want you to go up to her. I want you to go up to them, and I want you to give them a hug. I want you to tell them how proud you are of them and how grateful you are for the things that you have in your life. And I want you to tell them everything that you have in your life, all the people that you love, the emotions that you feel, the experiences that you've experienced. And this could be like all the manifestations that you are manifesting, but make sure that you also include like things that are already in your physical reality. I want you to get so excited. Channel this like inner child energy. Take yourself, take your inner child through the whole experience with you. And then at the end, I want you to say, and I want you to look at yourself, tell yourself, this is your reality, that you love yourself and you love the reality and you love the universe that you created for yourself. When you're ready, wake up the meditation. Now, moving forward, like, it's not just one and done of this exercise, because manifestation is at every given point, every given second of the hour. We are always manifesting. So when you wake up, especially on August 8th, especially during this portal, I want you to put yourself in the mindset of your higher self, of your new identity. I want you to think like your new identity. I want you to move like your new identity. I want you to walk like your new identity. I want you to do your makeup like your new identity. I want you to brush your hair like them. I want you to brush your teeth like them. I want you to work out like them. I want you to do every single thing that you knew your identity would do. I want you to go throughout your days being super mindful that you are this new identity, asking yourself, what would Alexi 3.0 do? You to feel the emotions your identity, your new identity would feel. So for example, if you're checking your bank account for any reason, maybe normally would feel fearful to check your bank account, like, oh gosh, how low is my bank account right now? I want you to stop yourself in your tracks, and I want you to think, I wouldn't be fearful. Like, Alexi 3.0 would not be fearful. She would be excited to like move her money into like her investments or to her high yield savings account. She would not feel fear. And I want you to put yourself into that mindset. Manifestation is every given point, every given second. So I want you to channel this energy throughout the rest of your days. I love you guys, and I'm gonna post a second manifestation ritual in my next video.
Shout outs to Alexi Otto, breaking it down from the 432 frequency to breaking it down to the quantum world and having your inner child love your future self. Some deep stuff right there. That's a very high level of thinking. Yeah, that resonated for real.
A Project Looking Glass 2024, August 8th, in 2 days. So apparently there's supposed to be a massive timeline shift in 2 days from now. From Project Looking Glass. I'll tell you right now that I did not know a lot of information about this. People were DMing me about it and hashtagging it and saying that this was part of our jump that we had recently, and this could be another jump. Now, I'll tell you this. I go off of feels. I go off how my energy feels or shifts and how I notice things. That's how we all got here. With the last jump, I just knew something was off. I'm not too familiar with this subject. I just started like researching it last night, and I was like, okay, let me just see. So if anybody has more information on it, please share it with us. Please let us know, because I don't know if I feel a jump, but I do enjoy the theory of if like-minded people got together and focused on one point, that we could shift between positive and negative. Now, I'm all for that. Now, do I believe that one person or one entity can control it? No, I don't know. I am not sure of any of that. So I'm not giving out misinformation and saying, hey, it's this, or hey, it's that, or listen to this person or listen to that person. I generally just go off feels and energy, and that's my true compass here. So I want to know, what do you guys think about this Project Looking Glass 2024? I mean, we have to talk about it. Do you feel anything? Do you feel a jump? I do think that if you guys feel anything leading up to August 8th and August 8th or after, please share it with us, and let's see it. Let's see if we feel anything. Let's be the barometer or whatever to see if there is a shift. There is a shift coming. I know I still feel extremely positive. I know that there's work to be done here, but let us know. It's us.
Shout outs to B West F 501. Word, I'm with him on that. I do feel positive. I'm just now hearing about this shift, just now learning about Project Looking Glass. But I think it's something that a lot of people are beginning to awaken to and ask about. Like, yo, what's going on, right? Some people know, some people don't. This is really interesting stuff. But if we do jump, I hope we jump for peace.
Tomorrow's the big day. Tomorrow is August the 8th, 2024. Which, if you didn't know, now you do. It's 888. And it's a big freaking deal. This is an astrological event that is known as the Lion's Gate Portal. The Earth is in alignment with the Sun Leo, and that's in alignment with the star Sirius. And this is super duper serious. This is an event of manifestation. That's why it's super duper serious. And if you play your cards right, you can actually manifest the life that you've always wanted for yourself. So I'm going to give you some easy ways that you can get ready for this Lion's Gate Portal. And I'm giving this for free. So first things first, you want to set clear intentions. You want to be very specific. You want to write these down. Number 2, create a sacred space. Just clear a little area for you to sit and meditate. And you want to make time to do this from the 8th until the 12th. Embrace the energy of Leo. That's a big deal here. Leo represents the ego, so you want to take time and embrace that yourself energy. What makes you you? What makes you unique? You want to practice gratitude. And the reason you want to practice gratitude is the same part of the brain that controls gratitude controls anxiety. So if you're practicing gratitude, you can't feel anxious. And anxious, like we all know, is a very, very low energy feeling, and it will drag you down. You want to ascend during this process. Engage in creative activities. You know, if you feel like singing, sing. If you feel like dancing, dance. If you want to paint a picture, draw a picture, do some creative writing. You want to embrace that creative energy, because this is the Sun in Leo, and that is all about creativity, because that is what it means to be human, to be creative. Humans create. Now, this is a general overview of things you can do to prepare for the Lion's Gate Portal. If you want something more specific, and you want to know what kind of manifestor you are, because there are 144 different types, click that link in the bio, get your lot of manifestation reading. This reading will tell you what kind of manifestor you are. It'll tell you what manifestation is and what it isn't. It'll give you 11 ways specifically for you to manifest in accordance to your astrology chart. And it'll give you 11 things that will hold you back from manifesting. Because if you're trying to manifest something and it's not coming to fruition, you may be trying to manifest it in a way that is counterproductive to how you manifest. You may be holding yourself back without even realizing it. So like I said, link in the bio, a lot of manifestation. Use the promo code EGO and that'll get you 10% off.
Shout outs to Blind Zach. I was not expecting all of that information. Very valuable. Yeah, I really appreciate coming across this one right here. Very interesting. Make sure you go check his page and click his link and get that discount.
Tomorrow is going to be a very, very powerful day for manifesting, so listen up. The number 8 in numerology is very significant because it represents abundance, prosperity, and success. And so every year on the 8th day of the 8th month, 8/8, August 8th, it is what we call the Lion's Portal. It's also very important cosmically and also astrologically because it is the day every single year that Sirius, our sun, is aligned with Orion's belt. Here are 3 things you should do tomorrow to take advantage of these incredibly cosmic energies. So the first thing you're going to do is intentionally manifest, okay? Figure out what it is exactly that you want and do the method that works for you. I personally would recommend scripting. So tomorrow, what you're going to do is you're going to date a journal entry August 8th, 2025. And you're going to write as if you are your future self a year from now, writing about all the things that you have in your life, the things that will come to fruition, the things you're going to manifest. I promise you, anything you write down tomorrow is going to come true. all right? Any energy we put out tomorrow is amplified tenfold. Don't underestimate your power and be careful. The second thing we're going to do is let go of anything that is not serving us. For a lot of us, things from the past may be coming up and we may be getting triggered by these things, but this is an invitation to let go and not to interact. Embrace the Leo energy of this new moon and this portal to have the courage to let go of what is no longer for you. And the third thing we're going to do is trust our intuition and trust the messages that are being sent to us. If you see a synchronicity, if you see an angel number, remember where you are in that moment, who you are talking to, what you're thinking about. The universe is saying something and it is for you. The message is for you. If you get a download about a project that you want to start or anything creative, follow that, okay? The universe is speaking to us and it wants you to answer. Do not ignore the signs. It is all within you, okay? So happy manifesting. Mwah.
Yes, happy manifesting. Shout outs to Victoria in the universe. That was a great mental exercise right there. Writing as your future self, 2025, same time next year. That I found very interesting. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one.
These are 3 things not to do on August 8th, the Lionsgate portal, the luckiest day in the whole entire year to manifest what you want and have everything magically work out for you. Number 1, thinking negative thoughts, having doubts or fears. On this day especially, you have to be so conscious of everything that you're thinking throughout the day because your thoughts will manifest extremely fast on this day. What you want to do instead, the entire day, just think about everything that you're grateful for, even if it has nothing to do with what you're manifesting. Number 2 is listen to sad music or low vibrational music that you want to listen to when you're like getting in your feels and reminiscing about the past. When you're listening to music, you go in a hypnotic trance and you start to manifest based on the frequency, the lyrics, the beats, everything that you're listening to. What you want to do instead is put on some high vibrational music and literally move your body, dance, get really freaking happy, and literally just celebrate your manifestations coming in before they actually happen by dancing it out. Number 3 is being in clutter. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world, so you literally just want to clean up around you, get rid of anything old that you no longer need, and by doing this, you're making space for something new to show up in your life. I'm doing a manifestation morning routine challenge for the entire month of August inside of the Manifest Anything Fast as Fuck formula, which you can grab at the top of my page. Follow my Instagram for more.
Shout outs to spiritual babe Shazi. Make sure you hit the link. I feel that's some good advice right there. Don't want to be in a low vibe. Don't want to say negative things or have negative doubts. Dance it out. That's what's up.
So by now you should have already heard about the 8/8 Lionsgate. And in case you haven't, I couldn't let it go by without letting you know. So we actually have a window that's already started by the time I recorded this, and it closes around the 12th of August. But the 8th of August is the time when this portal opens, and it is a manifestation portal. The number 8 is a symbol for infinity, and it means infinite abundance. And you've obviously heard of the pyramids at Giza, the Sphinx, and somewhere in the things that you've watched or read or learned over the years, you've probably heard that one of the things that astounds us about the pyramids at Giza and the Sphinx is that they're perfectly aligned with the stars, specifically Orion's belt. And there's a specific moment in the astrological year when that alignment happens and lines up with the top of the pyramids. And that is around this 8/8 Lionsgate portal. And so master manifestors generally attest to the fact that when you throw a manifestation out into this portal, like during this portal, you manifest during that time, that those things have a profound way of coming into fruition. And so what I love about things like this, like believe what you want to believe, you can swipe past this and do whatever you want to do, but I'm a big fan of the things that you don't actually have to believe in order for them to happen. It's not going to hurt you to try, right? So if you want to know how, my favorite way of doing things is to identify what it is that you are seeking to bring into your life, whatever you're seeking to manifest. Visualize it and write it down, but write it down and visualize it as if it has already happened, and then allow yourself to match that vibration. So you want to allow yourself to feel however you would feel it once it has already happened. You don't want to get stuck in the wishing and the wanting and the hoping and the grasping, because that actually pushes things away. So you want to feel the way that you will feel once it happens, and then let it go after that. So you don't want to try to figure out how it happens or anything like that, because you need to let the universe do what the universe does, which is infinitely more wise than we are as individuals. And then you can enjoy the magic of seeing how these things arrive. But get into the vibration, picture it, let yourself feel the awesome feeling of getting whatever that is, or having it, or being there, or whatever it is, and then let it go. And you can do as many of those as you want. It doesn't need to be one thing. You can make infinity wishes, but do it between now and the 12th of August, preferably right around the 8th. And the thing about this year that's so special, why you've probably seen 14 videos on it, is because 2024, numerologically speaking, is an 8 year. 2 + 2 + 4 = 8. So this is actually 888. It's a 888 Lionsgate, because obviously the 8th of August happens every year, which, yes, you should be manifesting on the 8th of August every year, but this is a particularly powerful portal because we've got 3 8s and we're having a seismic shift. So many people are paying attention and they're feeling the timeline shift. So hopefully you're catching the vibration. Keep your vibrations high during this time. Don't listen to sad music. Don't let yourself go down in the dumps. Don't think about or talk about anything that you don't want to happen, because whatever you say and think and feel is what comes to pass. So we need you to be keeping it high, keeping it aspirational, keeping it joyful. I hope that helps. Good luck.
Shout outs to Tiffany Yana, breaking it down with the good vibes. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. I find it fascinating just to hear it explained.
If you are seeing this on or before August 8th, here's what you're gonna do, and you're welcome in advance. It is currently the Lionsgate portal, which is a very powerful day to manifest anything you want and create major changes in your life. According to the ancient Egyptians, this was considered the galactic new year because of how powerful the energy was. This date also works out to be 888, which in numerology is a powerful number for manifesting abundance and luckiness. So to harness all of this energy, here's what you're going to do. You are going to use my famous wish list method to change your entire reality and transform your life into whatever you want. If you don't want to live the same year that you did this past 12 months and you want to manifest a change, you need to do this. If you want to live an actually noticeably different life, whether you want to manifest physical appearance changes, you want to manifest a different kind of status, money, job, love, whatever. If you just want to level up in general, you need to do the wish list method. So here's how you do it. All you need is a pen and a paper. You are going to start by dating the top of the page with next year's date. So it's going to say August 8th, 2025. And the reason we are doing this is because we are going to be writing out exactly what your future life is going to look like. Underneath, you are going to write, I am so happy and grateful now that. And you are going to label the side numbers 1 through 8. On each of these numbers, you are going to write a sentence about an aspect of your life that you want to manifest. But you are going to write it in present tense, because remember, we're writing as if it's the future. The reason I call this the wish list method is because it literally is a wish list to the universe of all of the things you want to manifest. And the reason why it works is because you start to feel happiness and gratitude for something that doesn't even exist in your life, which aligns you with the energy of that thing, bringing it closer to you. It's basically like a signal to the universe that you're ready for this, that you are energetically ready and able to receive this thing. And so yes, you're like writing out all the things that you want, but you're also energetically shifting yourself. Once you are done writing your wish list, you are going to sign it with your name at the bottom, and you are going to fold that paper inwards towards yourself to signify those things coming in towards you. And then you are going to hide that paper somewhere you won't check it, and you are going to forget that it fucking exists. Because the wish list has now been sent to the universe. You energetically have sent your wish list to the universe. Now it's in the universe's hands to take care of the rest. You've done your job. You felt the gratitude and you felt the appreciation and the excitement. And you were very clear on the instructions. So your end of the bargain is done. So you just have to wait and let the magic unfold. You are going to set a timer or like a calendar event 1 year from now on that exact same date. And you are going to take out this piece of paper and you're going to read it back to yourself. And you are going to be shocked at how many of those things have manifested. I have done this for the last 3 years. And every single time I have gotten more than what I asked for. Not just what I asked for, more. So truly be thoughtful about all the things you're putting on this page, because it will come true. It will happen for you. And then when you open this on next year's date, you can make a whole new list all over again. It's a great tradition to have with yourself. If you want more methods like these, I created a full program with all of my favorite manifestation hacks. It's called The Magic Formula. It's linked in my bio. You can go check it out. And as always, follow for more magic and manifestation.
Shout outs to Genie Minded. That was a great exercise right there. I definitely want to try that. That just sounds like fun. Definitely go hit her page and go check the link for more exercises like this.
What else is recommended on 888? Be very careful of your thoughts and your words, specifically your words. Your words will become material even more so than normal, and your thoughts will become material even more so than normal on 8-8. So just be careful. Try to avoid negative thinking. Check in with yourself if you start getting negative thoughts, and worst comes to worst, just put that, negative thought on pause and be like, I'll get back to you some other day. I'll get back to you whenever I'm ready. Don't bother me today. I'm in my zone. I'm in my sovereignty. I'm receiving the golden energies from the universe. Also, be careful around how you speak about yourself, meaning don't use any diminutive words. Don't bring yourself down. Don't play small. So just be very careful around the words that you say. And make sure, actually, if you want to be proactive, say the good things about you, even if it is just to yourself that day. Be in gratitude. Tell yourself all the things, all the ways that you're grateful, to the world, but also be in gratitude to yourself for all of the things that you've done, for all the hard work, the path that you walked, and all the hardships and the overcoming of those hardships. Just be present to how far you've come, because you truly have.
Shout outs to This Is Maria, official, more good advice. Happy birthday to everybody whose birthdays today. Peace and blessings. Pray your wishes come true. Yeah, this starting to feel like a holiday.
The US dollar is about 60% of the value of all the currency on the planet, and more than half of the dollars reside outside the United States. The reason every country has US dollars is, first of all, that's what central banks use as a reserve currency. Second of all, oil is priced in dollars. So this is the world, and what you see here is that these are the countries that are avoiding the US dollar in trade. They're doing bilateral agreements where they'll either hold each other's currency and settle that way, or they're establishing, like right now, they're talking about a BRICS bank, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, having a bank that will do settlements between the countries directly without using the US dollar. These countries, they tried to avoid using the US dollar, like Iran tried, and we banned them from using SWIFT. How many here have made wire transfers before? So do you know what a SWIFT number is? It's a code that you plug in, and this SWIFT system is what transfers those dollars from one person's account to another person's account. Well, Iran decided that they were going to sell oil only in euros. They got banned from SWIFT. But there's countries right now coming up with a replacement for SWIFT. And it doesn't use the dollar, it's the Sukra system. And Iraq started selling oil for euros. In Libya, they were talking about creating the gold dinar and selling oil for gold. So those are the countries that are trying to use something other than the dollar. Then we've got gold competing with currency. And there's a lot of talk around here about the gold dinar, and there's people that are actually using gold in some of the countries over here. And then in Utah has recognized gold and silver as money again. It's legal tender currency in the state of Utah in the United States. And then you've got physical gold accumulation. I'll show you later that China is accumulating an immense amount of gold, but all the countries with an up arrow, that's gold accumulation. Then we have gold repatriation. Germany has been asking for their gold back, and they're getting it. Venezuela has repatriated their gold from the Bank of England. And then if we put this on a timeline, here's the nails in the coffin for the dollar standard, and you will see that there's not a lot of time left. This is my evidence that I think is proof that the death of the dollar is coming, and it's coming shortly. Nixon ended Bretton Woods, and we went on the dollar standard. Then the first nail in the coffin is Iraq sells oil in euros. The crisis of 2008, and we added 1.25 trillion to our base money in the United States. As we add to the base currency, people get worried about inflation. They start rushing toward gold and silver. Iran ends oil sales in dollars. And they're taking commodities in trade for oil. They're taking, in Turkey, they take the local currency and then buy gold in Turkey and export the gold to Iran. So they're basically selling oil for gold. They do the same thing with India. QE2, quantitative easing, that's more currency printing in the United States. Libya, China and Russia bypassed the dollar. They did a bilateral trade agreement where they hold each other's currency and they do direct debt settlement without having to wire transfer US dollars. Chinese president just recently said that the dollar as the world's reserve currency is a product of the past. Utah recognized silver and gold as money. China and Iran bypassed the US dollar with a bilateral trade agreement. Venezuela repatriates its gold. China and Japan trade directly. India and Japan bypass the US dollar. Russia and Iran trade directly. Iran sells India oil for rupees and commodities. China and Brazil trade directly. Swiss citizens demand gold repatriation. African countries ban the dollar. In Zambia, you can go to jail if you use US dollars. Quantitative easing number 3. They have announced at the Federal Reserve that they're starting with $40 billion of currency that they're creating each month, and now it jumps to $85 billion. That's more than $1 trillion a year. And remember, it took 200 years to go from no dollars to 825 billion, and now they're going to create $1 trillion every year. Iran trading energy for gold. Singapore removes tax on money. Germany repatriates 150 tons of gold from the New York Fed. The citizens of Netherlands demand gold repatriation. Ecuador repatriates part of its gold reserves. Austrian citizens demanding gold repatriation. China acknowledges fundamental market shortage of gold. And now the Fed is increasing the rate of printing. When I said from 40 to 85 billion every month, just over $1 trillion per year. So those are the nails in the coffin for the dollar standard. And if you noticed, they're all speeding up and they're all happening right now. You don't have a whole lot of time. And if you wait too long, then the opportunity is gone.
And that's a wrap. Hope you enjoyed tonight's rabbit hole. If you haven't already, please take a second
just to smash that like, subscribe, ring that notification bell,
just to make sure the algorithm knows what's up. So what we're gonna do, y'all? That's right. Run these numbers up. Thanks again. Until next time.